we were like, you know, um, for some people, like be like famous or whatever it is that you want. All these human tendencies and wants that we have, we all want them, and we might even have goals and desires and dreams. But what is it that really allows you to push forward, to decide that, hey, you know what? I do have these dreams, but I'm going to turn these dreams into actual things, actual realities that are going to happen in my life.
I didn't even notice that the video finished. What's up, guys? How we doing today? Welcome to Panorama Brand Studio. Hey, we're going live, so this is a live stream. So if you hear a lot of sound or something, it's the outside. People, it's already 6 or whatever. What is it? It's 6 here. It's 6:43 here in Houston, Texas. So a lot of people are already getting ready to go, going home. But not me. I couldn't leave. I said, let me do a live streaming podcast right here. How do you like it? Look at this. There's this little setup where it's just me looking at the camera, looking at you guys, a yellow background, and we have all these different colors that we can change. And I'm just happy and blessed that I'm here with you guys, and that today, uh, whoever you saw at the beginning of the video, the little video that I showed up in the beginning, that's my business partner, Miguel Guzman. And today, I just want to talk about um, the title that you see is there is who is behind Panorama Brand Studio. Let me repeat that. Who is behind Panorama Brand Studio? And as you can see on the bottom of the screen, that's our website. So if you want to go check our website, our work is there, what we do, and our social media, everything in the description is on there. Our You can click on the links. We have other links. So if you haven't followed us yet, subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, and follow us in all of our other social media. It's TikTok, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, whichever you're the one that likes the most. I know we all watch all of them and we pay attention to a lot of the social media, but you know that you have one that you actually focus and pay the best attention to it. So go ahead, if that's one of you guys that you haven't followed us, follow us, follow Panorama Brand Studio. And who is behind Panorama Brand Studio? Well, this is one half of the co-founders of Panorama Brand Studio. My name is Jesus Ortiz, and my business partner is Miguel. He's not here right now. We were here in the morning. We were being productive, seeing what meetings and meeting other people, Zoom calls, you name it. But he had to go. He had to go pick up some medicine that he had to for blood pressure. So it's your health is always very important. So he had to go. It's all good. I went home and I went to eat because I didn't bring lunch. So I went home, ate lunch. I think I took a little nap and then came back and I had to come back because I had another meeting. So trying to explain what was podcast, what the stuff that we do, and that's what we're gonna get into here on this live stream today, guys. I know that I didn't put share, and I'm not here to tell you want to share it or not. That's up to you. That comes from your heart. If you want to share this live stream that I'm doing right now, go ahead and share it. And somebody out there that might want to know who is behind Panorama Brand Studio. Who is Panorama Brand Studio? Like I just told you, is me. One half of it that is Jesus Ortiz. I go by the real Jesus Ortiz, and the other half that is Miguel Guzman, the real Miguel Guzman. But he's not here, like I said. But we both met last year on, I guess, April, because I think we just have the year that happened on April at a network event. That it was about YouTube. They were teaching a little bit about YouTube, and it was in Memorial. We're in Houston, Texas, by the way. It was at Memorial City Mall, and I took a Prime. I don't know if you know about that drink. It's called Prime. It's like Gatorade. It's really good. If you haven't tried it, go try it. They're not promoting us. They're nothing in that. Go try it. I wish I had one right now so you can drink it and try it. But we met there, and it's funny enough because I went there, took the Prime, because I just wanted to create content in there, because it was like a little content creation room for taking pictures and doing a couple of videos. And I said, let me take this Prime and take some pictures there, maybe do a couple of videos and see what it goes. Maybe I was doing pictures and tagging Prime and see, hey, you never know, maybe they contact you, and it's a brand, because Prime is a brand just like us. They might call us and they're like, hey, thank you for doing all of this stuff or putting pictures or videos. And that's what I wanted to do at the beginning, and that's how Miguel met me. He saw me, he asked me, hey, dude, you have Prime? I was like, yeah. I didn't know, and not a lot of people know about Prime. I'm like, you know about Prime? And Logan Paul, yeah, because he's the creator, Logan Paul and KSI. And we met there, and it was a fast talk right there, because we were meeting and building relationship with a lot of people that were there, taking pictures left and right. They had us doing some things in there, and then we took a picture with my boy Osio Devasto. So we haven't, if you, Osio Devasto is another podcaster just like us, and we're gonna have him here next week for a meeting. So probably do a little video with him. So he created the event and everything. Not only him, with other entrepreneurs on the industry. And at the end, dude, at the end, guys, when we left, we walked and we met again on the parking lot, and we talked again for another 30 minutes, and kind of he asked me a little bit of what I was doing there, and I asked him what he was doing, and he's because he at that time I was actually just producing podcasts, live streaming, like you're seeing me right now, live streaming podcasts, and he was doing video production. So I was like, we got into it, we had fun, we laughed, and all of the stuff, and then I just had an idea, I just like through those days, I had an idea because he was leaving to Monterey, and I was like, I got to reach out to him because this would be cool if we can merge the companies that we already have, merge it and create a new baby that is now Panorama Brand Studio, and have the video production side and have also the podcast producer side, creating podcast shows, all of that. Both of them merge it into what it is now, Panorama Brand Studio. And hey, guys, and if I'm just stopping right here, not stopping, but if you put in a comment or anything, I know I have the computer over there, but I cannot see the comments. So after, I'll check out the comments and I will write you back. But let me get back to the story. So yeah, he was in Monterey. I was at home and I was writing notes, and I was like I said, that was my idea. Let's merch. And we never thought about the name or anything. That came later on. So I text him back and I say, hey, dude, when you come back from Monterey, I have an idea. Let's talk. So I think our first little meeting, it was at Panera Bread. So we sat down, wrote our notebooks, and I just told him what I had in mind, and what we could at that time of what we can do together. And we didn't know about it, that this was gonna happen, that we were gonna merge. And we had a couple of meetings there at the same spot at Panera Bread. And I invited him because I was doing live in this same building. I was producing a live streaming podcast for our client that now it's our client here for Panorama. Shout outs to Andrea. We had her today. We did a couple of short form video for her today. But he came, saw what I was doing, producing the podcast live, asked me a couple of questions. Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you connect that to the computer, how it goes live. And from there, we talk more. And I guess from there, we even did a couple of videos when Andrea was not there. And I think I asked her permission. So we did just, so he can get the feel of like how we can have like our own studio, and do things like that. And we didn't even talked about the studio too much. Into one of the days I did a live streaming, and I asked Andrea, when I was doing their live stream, Andrea and Christina, shout out to both of them. Hey, Andrea, do you know if they still have any more rooms here that might be open? She's like, yeah, talk to Juan. And I was like, all right. So that same day, I mean, I was like, okay, let me ask me. Then I'm not, I don't know, I'm 100% how what happened, not what happened, but how. Yeah, let me get back to it. Yes, and then The next day, I texted Miguel, "Hey, hey, dude, I asked over there if they had any rooms that we might find out and create, a studio there, where we're merging together." Because we already had, after those 3 times that we met at Panorama, we agree, hey, dude, this will be amazing, to actually do this. And then that day came, we came, and Juan actually gave us the tour of the rooms that they had open, and we got in love with one that was huge. Thank God that we didn't took it. It wasn't our time. It wasn't on God's plan to take that. We really loved that. It had all these different rooms that we could have created, different podcast room and a main room, team room, and all that. But it didn't meant to be, because it didn't meant to be. God, it wasn't on God's plan. And then they showed us this, where we at right now. This is just a part where you see me. This is like, I call it the lobby, but this is like the main the main entrance of it, where we have a lot of space here. And then I know you cannot see it, but over here to my right, that's where we do the edits and stuff. That's where Miguel does the edits. And so they showed us this room, right? And we're like, whoa, this is cool. This is smaller, but we actually can do something with this. So Juan talked to us and everything, and hey man, you want to get it? Yeah, I can get it now. Somebody already had this room. It was his sister, I think, but I can tell her by next week they can have all of these things up, and you can move in already. I was like, holy crap, that fast! So we were like standing over there by the door, and I cannot see it by the door, and he gave us the numbers and how much we got to pay for the rent and stuff. And me and Miguel were like, because I mean, we both, had to see the numbers. Like, how can we do this right now with what, his video production paying him, my podcast producing paying us. We had to see the numbers, just like everything else. And we were like telling him, Juan, let's give us some time and stuff so we can talk about it. But then uh he gave us a good deal, and we would just, that same day, we just talk about it. We went outside, I think, outside of the parking lot, and talk a little bit. And we took the deal. We came back, saw went to his office, and took the deal. We said, you know what, Juan, we're taking the deal. Let's sign the contract. So we signed a 6-month contract that he just finished. We finished, and this coming up in April, the 6-month contract finished. And we got the studio. And guess what? I mean, that day came, they took everything we came in. There was nothing in here. It was just pure empty. And we're like, what do we do now? We have our own studio, our own office, where we can work from here. We can, do everything from here and see where it goes. And guess what? The idea from it was not to, for us to merge. Yeah, we were gonna merge, and have help other people from the studio, from the video podcast side, on my side, the podcast producing. And we were just gonna use more of the studio for us to create more content and get, brand ourselves more from both of our sides. And it ended up that it became a business. Panorama Brand Studio became a business, and we didn't even had a name. That I was you. I'll get to there. So we were standing up here in the main lobby. When I say the main lobby, it is the entrance, here. But I like calling it the main lobby. And we were here excited, all right, we need some help to see how we're gonna at least decorate it and make it, live, the studio. And that same day we went out to IKEA, because we already know, we knew we wanted to do it, podcast like Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan table and stuff. So we went out just straight up to IKEA, bought that table, bought the producing table. And then the next day we bought the whole podcast stuff, the mics, everything. And we wait for it to come to us, and by that time came, we're like, well, dude, we do gotta change the colors here. We gotta make it a little bit vivid. So his sister came, gave us some ideas, because sometimes you need somebody outside of our mindset. We're men. We needed a woman touch, somebody that can be like, all right, you can do this. Gave us a lot of cool ideas. And just me and Miguel decided to paint the rooms and the back. I know you see this the background yellow, but the wall is beside on the back of the yellow background, and it was a different color, so we painted that like a coolish bluish color. And what's it called, and the rooms, the two rooms that we have, there's three rooms here in the studio, but one room that we're over here, we were gonna make three different rooms, but we were like, we need a room for us where we have the where we eat, where we sit down. And I actually work from that room. I actually connect my computer, sit down, and work there, where I actually can work over here in the podcast room and sit down. That I do sometimes, but I got used to there, and that's where we eat or we sit down and write notes. Not all the times we come over here. We can write notes and anywhere in the studio. It's our studio, and we painted the walls. And after that, little bit by little bit, started messing up things. We tried to do the 3D wall things that we bought on our own, and we messed up the whole damn wall. It was white, and I should have took some pictures and put it out. Look, that's how it looked before. Well, we tried to do it on ourselves, and this is how it look now that we paid somebody to do it. And we had to do that. We paid somebody, came back, they fixed it, and we understood, like, hey, dude, yeah, you sometimes you want to save money to do it on yourself, but sometimes when you truly don't know, we actually went to YouTube and saw everything left and right how it worked, and we still did it. It didn't work, but that's fine. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Paint and it don't work. It did. Sometimes it might not. It's okay. You put in yourself into learning something new. So we just decided, we got somebody, put it out there, and bam, took us, I think, on October. I think I'm going back, on October. I think that's when we got the studio. So pretty much November and December was, painting and figuring out how we're gonna put the studio A and Studio B. Studio B is not done yet, but we still use it. We use these sofas over there. We can connect stuff over there, so it's a smaller room, but we still have used it. Um, and then January, that's when we started just rolling, and I created a website, and I had the prices, a couple of work that we had already have on our own from the production side and from the podcast side, and figuring out, like every business, what are we gonna, what is the service that we're gonna put out there. I know that podcast is the number one thing, premium podcast, and and the video production side also, because right here we can actually do like I'm doing a podcast too. I can have somebody here interview them, two people, because it's not too big, so we can actually have two people here. But it's cool. You can have a podcast here, or one podcast, or you have a meeting, Zoom meeting, or a Zoom, whatever. We can actually put the computer right here. We can do so many things here, but at the beginning we didn't know none of this. We were just out there throwing numbers and see what the market wanted, if it worked, was it too expensive. So we had little bit, in January, like almost at the end, that's when it started picking up and started, getting ins and outs, people coming in and wanted, little video production side, or like little commercials from the owner of the building, Juan, and then a tax guy, a friend of Juan's, little things there and there, and couple of doing podcasts over there in the bag, not too many. And it was just started going that way, guys, and that's how Panorama Brand Studio grew. But before, the name, Miguel, my business partner, uh, we didn't know what we were gonna call it. We didn't really had that thought. We said, let's just, because when you make a business now, forget, the LLC. I know all of that is important, DBA, LLC, but I said you got to make income first and go for it. And then after that, figure out and just put the structure on it. So make money first, make the income first. See what it is that the market wants from your business, from your service. And so we're like, hey, Miguel said, I have a friend that's what he does. He helps other businesses create their brand, their name, and the colors. And we had a meeting with him. He asked both of us a lot of questions. Okay, he wrote out his notes. He said, all right, give me about a week and let me see what I can come up with. Boom, he left. A week happened. He sent us an email, sent us out these names, And even when he gave us Panorama Brand Studio at the beginning, me and Miguel were like, Miguel, you like the name? And we were like, not really. Not really. Let's talk to him and see if he can still work on having another name. But after a few days, it grew on us. We started seeing, because he not only gave us the logos and everything, but he gave us what Panorama meant, what it can, the whole mission and vision of Panorama. That's what a brand, company does. They do that for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. You just have to see if you like it or not. And it grew on us, and we just read those things, and like, you're like, Panorama, huh? And we started just mentioning like a panorama view, because panorama is like a view, oh, on the mountains, panorama view, on the train is a panorama view on the train. And we just started playing with the word a lot, and we just said, what do you think? So we keep the name, and we kept the name. And but that's how the name came up to, with our name, our buddy friend, Jose. Shout out to Jose and Michelle. He did that work for us, and we kept the name. We have all these different colors, but we actually kept the red and the white. And that's how the name Panorama Brand Studio came. And even through some of the time, maybe like a couple of months, February, March, we thought of like, hey, we do need to change the name, but not really, because guess what? Outside of the building, like where the wall is at, when you come in and come in, our name is there. Thank God, that's a blessing. The office already studio is a blessing on itself. And having your name putting outside of the building that it says Panorama Brand Studio on both sides. So if you're driving this way, you're driving this way, our name is out there. That's just a blessing on itself. That, like, not right now, just talking to you about this, it's just like, that's crazy, right? That how things came out to be pretty quick, but we're here in Panorama Brand Studio. I know y'all may be like, oh, this is boring, but hey, I just wanted to go out there and tell you who is behind Panorama Brand Studio. That is Miguel Guzman and me, Jesus Ortiz, and we're the owners of Panorama Brand Studio. And we're what, 6 months, April, May, 6, 7. We're about to go to 8 months on June on being here at the studio and learning. And now, truthfully, I know we in a business, you're always gonna have to pivot. So if you have a business or not, you're gonna have to pivot. Seeing how the market is, or how the economy is, and how people want to buy, expand, you gotta figure things out. So like I said at the beginning, we played with prices so many times, and then we did get clients, and the month to month, because when you're in a business, it's people think it's easy. No, man, it's well, let me get that right. It is easy, but easy and tough at the same time, because you do gotta get clients. You do gotta pay this, and you still gotta pay your own things. And you might already be in debt, or you're not in debt. So there's a lot of things that goes to having a business, and it's not really for everybody. A lot of people get stressed, and things happen. And I know that me and Miguel sat down, and we could have done it differently, and this and that, but it is what it is. God bless us with the studio. God bless us with to so for me, for me and him, and I'm blessed to have a fantastic, outstanding business partner. And we're here 8 months. It's about to be 8 months, excuse me. um and just recently we strategized on what we really want to push forward. So if you got to this point of the video, I know I should have, it's all right. I wanted to do this today, and it's gonna be there, so it's okay. It's gonna be it's on Facebook, on our Facebook, on our YouTube right now, live stream it, and we strategize something, and we want to. Panorama Brand Studio is gonna be a network media company in education. So yes, we're pushing the podcast. That's our number one thing, but we still have the video production. So anybody that is asking, that they want professional video, not podcast, but professional video interviews, we can actually do that. We can actually go to you to whatever the business is. But the main focus on it right here, right now, is on on signing contracts with you guys, the business owner, as the brand, and having right here our main podcast studio A, where that's where we're gonna create your podcast show. To come to us, you gotta, that's we figure it out, not because of us, because not because of us, because of what the market wanted and what the price that they could afford. And I was like, me and Miguel sit down and we're like, man, because people don't know doing podcasts, and it has a lot of things to do, the edit, producing. It takes time to edit the podcast and edit the shorts. So that's why the prices that we had before, that's why they were like that. And guess what, I know that this what we have right now, this amazing price, and people are liking it because I'm seeing it, even Miguel too. But to do that is it's an exclusive package. It's like a Panorama Brand Studio partnership with the business, with yourself, guys. If you're interested and you have any more questions, please comment me below, ask me about it, and I can we can get on a call, a Zoom call, or you can come here and check out the studio so we can give you the tour and we talk about it. So we're sticking to that, but that's like the main entry that we're doing on the market, because prices are always going to change. That's like it's a 6-month contract that you got to sign, and you're going to get four podcasts and one short each for each podcast. But it's the minimum. It's still premium. It's still professional. Cinematic cameras, the 3 cameras, everything that we have in Studio A, and whoever that you're watching and you're seeing the studio, you already know how it looks. And you haven't, come in. Let's go, and we'll give you the tour and check it out. We're gonna start doing events. Like I said, before I get to that part of the education part, the services, that's what we're gonna focus on the main entry exclusively here, signing a 6-month contract where you have those four episodes that a 30-minute episode, and push it to an hour, but 2 days out of the week. So just giving you an example, say I'm going to start my podcast show and there's 4 episodes. So that means that on Monday, if it's Monday, I come in, I'll bring another shirt. You can bring shirts so you can change for the same, and you do 2 episodes on Monday. So that the next week, the next Monday, you come again at that time, because it has to be the same time and the same day. So say Monday at 3 p.m. So Monday at 3 p.m. you coming in and we're doing those 2 episodes. The next Monday we come in and you're doing those 2 episodes. So that's 4 episodes. And out of those 4 episodes, we have 1 episode, one short out of those. But out of those shorts, when we send you the podcast, you're gonna find that spot, that 30 seconds to a minute, so we can turn that to a short and send it back to you as a reel, with the captions, and we send it. So the minimum work, is the minimum work for both of us, but you still getting the premium thing. So it's 4 episodes, one short each. You find the spot, send it back to us. We make it with the captions and everything, and you got it. And as a 6-month contract, you got to sign a 6-month contract here, exclusive in Panorama Brand Studio. But that's just the beginning, because like I said, we still have the premium packages. Is they're not in the, and as you can see, is running here. The website is there, and we have the work there. We have our work there, but we don't have any prices. But we do have those Panorama Brand Studio, because I know there's gonna be some people like, we want the best of the best, edit it, this and that, but more into it on the shorts and on the podcast. And then that's more premium, more work for us. But we know we can do it because we did it. We know there's a market for that also. But right now, that's a level entry that you come in on the 6 months. And when the 6 months run out, then the next 6 months you sign, or a whole year, however you choose it. But we're doing 6 months or a year, but resign it. And at that time, it might be at the other price, not the big price of editing, unless you're ready to do that and you have that budget from the 6 months. Then we'll sign you up with the next packet, another 6 months. That is going to be, not too expensive either, just a little bit more. We haven't thought about the number yet, but we still want to keep the 750, even though it's an entry. We're going to keep that. That's the entry. That's going to be something that out of those 6 months, if you see that you still, you're seeing that the work is there. I mean, we're putting in the work, not the work, that you're still growing and your budget is still not there yet, then we'll sign another 6 months for the same price. until you feel like, hey, Jesus, Miguel, damn, we have more followers, and now we have sponsors. Now we're able to pay what it needs to be paid. Then that's gonna be okay. So we want to work with you guys. We want to work with the businesses. We want to work with the brands. Because, like I said, you might have sponsors, and the sponsors will pay off all of that, and then some. So, but Panorama Brand Studio is the network, the network where that's where it stands on having the podcast, and also not only the podcast right here where I'm sitting down, or in there too at the podcast, we can create short form content, short form video, just shorts, real YouTube shorts, however you want to call it, just that. So instead of doing a podcast, you sit down here and we ask you a couple of questions. If you need us to strategize and do the question, there's gonna be a little bit more money on it. But if you come in with the questions, we ask you and you roll up and talk for at least 25, 30 minutes, And then from there, we just cut out the shorts. How many shorts that they were important from those questions, we cut them up. We can get to five to 10. Sometimes you can get up to 15 shorts in a whole 30 to an hour talk. But to get the really juicy ones, I say about 5 to 10, 5 to 8. And that's it. You come and talk, and it's not a podcast. It's just we create the whole hour of 30 minutes, or you talk, and from there, we'll look for the important, spots, cut them and send them to you. Or if you want to look for the spot, we'll send it to you, the whole hour podcast that we did, the whole hour of shooting that video, and then you're like, all right, I want to pick from this minute to this minute to this minute, and then we just cut it, and then we do it the shorts, and then send them to you. Either way works for us. So that's where we're pushing at. And I said, and then the video production, where people ask, then we're doing that also, because there's a lot more people asking for that. But you already know that the video production, it's that's no that's more of us going over there and producing video differently. We've done Marshall Dines and stuff like that, so the money is different. There's we can work on a little bit of a budget, but the prices there won't change too much, because that's more professional, going out there, setting up this way, putting it up, not this kind of mics. We have the little professional mics. It's different. It's a different thing, or highlights of events. We can do that. That's more money into it. But we do that if people ask for. That's how we merch, and we let people know that's what we're letting people know. Now that we know the strategy behind of what we're doing and the price, the entry price of it, then that's what we're doing right now to help you grow. Because you have to have consistently content out there, just like ourselves, just like I'm doing right now, a live streaming. You just got to keep yourself consistently growing out there, because you just don't want to do this. Oh, sorry. You just don't want to do one podcast or one video and call it done. And then what's going to happen? It doesn't matter if you come to us or you go to another podcast studio. You still got to create content, and so you can stay relevant. Hold on a second. Let me get a little bit more comfortable, so you can stay relevant in social media, because people got to know who you are, man. And that's all in the media section. I don't even know how long I'm being in here. I don't want to keep you all the time here. And then the education part, I should have put the link. I didn't put the link there, but if you go to my Facebook, I created a Facebook group where we're gonna start putting in free masterclasses of each component that you need to have to have your own podcast. That means this. That means, yeah, I don't see it, but if you go in live streaming, you need a computer. You need a really good computer that is fast, a portable audio, a camera, the lights, and props. You need to have props. I have a plant over there that I should have put the plant. Yeah, I don't see the light. There's another light behind me here that's giving me the shadow. All of that. But we're gonna do it as components. So each masterclass gonna be talking about the audio, the camera, all of it. Into when we finish all of the components, is gonna be there. I'm gonna create a group, and I'm gonna create the day when it's gonna be like, hey guys, you gotta sign up for this group. It's free. For this group, it's up to 50 people. It's on our page. I can create a group on the rooms group from the Facebook group, and have you come in and have see what we talked about that component, and definitely for y'all to ask questions, because we want that to ask questions of what we're doing that masterclass at that day. And when we finish all of the components, guess what's next? We're gonna do an intense boot camp, hands-on boot camp here in Houston, Texas, Panorama Brand Studio, where now you saw how all the components work for the podcast. And we're gonna have that intense small groups. I think 10 to 15. That's what we can actually have here. And I think 2 days intense group on the weekend. And come on in, hands on, guys, because yeah, by that time you saw the masterclass and you saw the components, you're gonna have a mindset of view of knowing like what is this gadget, why this connects to there. But that's you just seeing it on the video, because out of the components that we're gonna do just a quick video where we just gonna show the cameras and us talking, where we just see, hey, this is how you connect this is how you connect that, bam, now everything is connected, the light is right, now everything is good, now we can sit down and actually start the podcast. Boom. But now that boot camp, what is gonna let you do, the boot camp is gonna come here, and there you're gonna come and see how we have everything that's set up, and now you're gonna be knowing and touching and feeling, oh man, this is how you sit down, Jesus, like I'm doing right now. This is how you talking to the mic. You gotta move the camera so the light is, right, with the light on the back. The lights on the room are turned off. All of that we're gonna, so you can feel it and touch and move and learn. And not only that, at the end all of the groups, we want them to see, we'll produce it. We'll produce a mini podcast for you guys. What is short, maybe what, 10-15 minutes for every single of the group. But the bootcamp is not gonna be free. That's gonna be that you have to invest on it. And guess what? You take that piece of content that we make, and every single one of that content will create one or two of the most two simple shorts that you take in a short podcast with you, with two short form videos, two simple short form videos. And guess what? You were here, you had an intense boot camp. Now you learn and know about all of the gadgets, and now you actually sit down and did a podcast on yourself, or you did a podcast with one of the members of the group that came in and paid for the intense boot camp. Yep, yep. And like I said, you will learn how to even produce it, because we want you to get out of here, and it's up to ya to be like, I want to just start my podcast at home. Now I know, because when you leave off the boot camp and you learn and touch and everything, we're gonna give you a list of all of the components of what we taught you, so you can take it home, from the affordable all the way to the expensive. So that's up to you how you want to start it. Easy as that. We want other people to start their own podcast. Either they don't come to us, but they can start their own podcast at their own home, at their own little office, wherever they feel like starting their own podcast show. And we're gonna do it. And this is gonna be not only once. We're gonna start doing it, I guess, every 3 other months. I haven't thought about it, right? But the masterclass is gonna be there, so people can learn from the master classes, and then from there you sign up for the bootcamp and you come here, and it's a small group of people, 10 or 15 people. That's small coming in. Like I said, it's an intense bootcamp early in the morning. Boom, we definitely will have food here. We'll order some cater food, fajitas and stuff. We have the drinks, and we'll have a little whiskey there. So it's fun, and people out there fun. That's the education part out of Panorama Brand Studio. And also, like I mentioned just a while back, that we're going to start doing events, because we want people to know that we're here. We want people to know that we're doing the masterclass. We want people to know that we're doing the podcast, what we have us on the podcast service and on the video production, and that we're here, that we're going to create something here. We might have a DJ here. We're now getting help with somebody that is an expert on creating events. We have a lot of parking lot. So we can bring even taco trucks. So hey, we can partner it up with, you have a taco truck or a truck or something, have it down there, have music, be cool, like and while you coming in here learning a network event with other people and learning seeing how a studio works. And while they're here, we'll leave a couple of little setup, maybe one here, one over there, and the main podcast, just one camera, so when people are here they can sit down and we'll record something quick and do a little short and then send it to you. Just leave us your email, and after that, whoever was that actually did that, we'll send that to you, and you have something, a short form video that you talked about. Or sit down there and do a 5 minute podcast, sit down there, boom, talk about whatever. Either way, we want people to know who we are, who's Panorama Brand Studio, what we do, and build more relationships with everybody here in Houston, Texas, because this is going to grow bigger. This is just the beginning of something big that me and Miguel have our vision and mission that even bigger than what we know. But we're thankful and grateful that God put us in this position. Thankful and grateful that He gave us this studio. Thankful and grateful that we have our sign outside, and we go through the patches. That is rough. Right now is the beginning of it. We both have experiences, 4, 5 to 8 years of experience of doing this. It's just that this new company, Panorama Brand Studio, is just 8 months in the running, but we both have the experience and we both know what we're doing. So we're not playing around. We truly are business. I don't want you to think that, friends and family and people, that we're just doing this for fun. No. Panorama Brand Studio, it's a legit business. Legit business. We're not here doing things for free. We're here to doing a service for you guys, that you take this product and you distribute it, and we help you if you don't know how to distribute it to YouTube, to Facebook. We just strategize and let you know how to do that thing, and then you go up on your own and do it. Sooner here or later, I know we're gonna partner it up with another company that they do that. They do the social media, the ads, and all of that stuff. That's in the near future, but we're talking already on that. But for right now, we create that product, the service, the beautiful video, audio, and everything, and we just give it to you so you keep being relevant and consistently out there in social media, because we all got to be relevant in social media, in whatever business, side hustle, or just for fun. You just want to do a podcast for fun and still paying for it with your friends. Think about it. If you want to do a 4 podcasts, we can do that over there. Or 2 of you pay half and half, out of it, or just pay the whole 6 months, whatever it is, a dad podcast, a mom podcast, a mompreneur podcast, dadpreneur, whatever it is about kids. There's so many strategies and things that you can actually talk about having a podcast, that a lot of people just close themselves in the mindset. But it's not that they close, it's just that not a lot of people know what is the value of having a podcast, what it can bring to you. Like I said, so many things can you like I said, sponsors, you can bring sponsors. They brands can pay for it. At the beginning, you just start growing consistently, people start looking at you like, whoa, the people are doing it consistently. You can put commercials. We can actually run commercials. You have a brand or another business that they're investing on you, and now a minute, 3 minute, boom, we hit that and put that commercial on it. And the next thing, you have 3 brands, boom, boom, boom. We'll make sure that if you're doing a live stream, we can do that. You going live like I'm doing right now, we can put that brand, the sponsor that is sponsoring you, live as we're speaking right now. And if it's pre-recorded, we can do that too. We have to edit. It's gonna be more money, but we have to edit and do this and that. But we can do that. It's like I said, I know that the 6-month contract is this. I know I didn't even mention the price, but it's $750 each month for the 6 months. So that you pay it, you can pay the whole 6 months, or you just pay the monthly fee. But if you wanted to add different, you can't do that. You say, I want more shorts than one. Yeah, we add that, and it will still be a 6 month, but the price will still add. You add add-ons. And maybe at the 3rd month, you're like, I want to add more. That's perfectly fine. You can add more, and we'll do that. It's just going to be a little bit more price. But guys, we're here for you. Any questions? Like I said, I don't know if people are watching, or how many people are watching, or who are going to see this after, or any questions that you have. Check out our website is there. Check out our links are in the description. I know I forgot to put the link on our Facebook group, but go to my my page, my page, Jesus Ortiz. That's where I created the Panorama Brand Studio Hub. That's where all the free master classes, and then we'll create the intense boot camp here in Houston, Texas. And stay tuned on all of our social media platforms. Stay tuned for letting you know when we're gonna. Right now, we're on the talks on doing some events and more things that we're doing, man. We're just growing, and like I said, guys, business, life, and all of that have a balance. Do things that make you happy. Be happy. Build your happiness through the day. Be you. Enjoy your life. We live every day, but we only die once. So jump on it, risk on it, do diligence, do the things that you think that it's for you, that is making you happy for you and your family. If you have a family, well, we do have families, mom and dad. Some of us lost our dads, but you know what I'm saying. And go at it, man. Like I said, right now we're on those stages. We're still in the beginning stages. Like I said, we're a legit business. Sometimes, we are living paycheck to paycheck because we're building the business, and sometimes it's tough and hard, like figuring it out. Like, damn, we don't have a new clients. We need to pay the rent. We need to pay this. We still got to pay our own stuff. Your own personal stuff. So, hey, guys, I know it gets tough. That's why having a business is not for everybody, but it gives you your own time. It gives you time to do more things with your family. Even though, yeah, look at that. What time is it right now? It's 7:28. I'm here doing the podcast. It's okay. And I'm just blessed that I'm actually have somewhere where I can actually at any spot can put the cameras and go live or pre-record it, and just give you value and letting you know who we are. And other days is motivation, inspiration, or just being real. Some days maybe you cry, and it's once again, it's not for everybody. But having a business, it's gonna give you freedom, but at the beginning, you gotta work your ass off. You gotta work your ass off. You gotta work smart. You gotta work hard. You gotta leverage. You gotta figure out pivot when the market needs to pivot on your own industry. Make this a machine where it's gonna just 6 7 figures. Where we stepping out, putting our CEOs, CFOs, and we're paying attention to where we're gonna grow our generation. Well, we me and Miguel already talked about it, and we have friends in the real estate, where we invest on oil and gas, and invest on some properties, invest on insurance, where all of those things gives you what 4 to 8 or 12% of investments, where the banks, all of that stuff. We're growing something, but with this, where you can just pay off everything, and you're helping yourself first, you're helping your family, and then you move on, where this is just readily becomes a machine, and then everything else is just start investing on it and just living your life. And you don't have to live a lavish life. First, make sure that you make things happen. Everybody's different, but everybody wants something. But when they want something, they don't want to work hard for it. Hey, that's including me and Miguel. Or we're not hungry for it, or you're not too hungry, or what do I need to be hungrier? There's a lot of components, man, on the business side, on the life side. But just to finish up, guys, that's who we are. Panorama Brand Studio. I know it's probably an hour. Like I said, the computer's over there. I can see myself. Um, but I'm happy, blessed to be here. And like I said, we're gonna start doing a lot of, like, you see me talking in English. I might do some of the other ones in Spanish, and I know some people won't understand. That's fine, but I want to reach out the Hispanic, the Latino community, also, as well as all of the other people that talk English. And have a blast. Just enjoy life and enjoy you, and ask for help. We all need help, man. We're not robots. There's times that we just want to keep everything inside you. That's not good. Don't keep a lot of the things inside of you, because that stuff can kill you, man. It can stress you out and kill you little bit by little bit. Kill your mindset. It kills your mindset, your heart, your spirit. And then from there, you're like a walking zombie. And why? Because you don't want to ask for help. Why? Because you feel bad that people are gonna know these things that you don't want them to know. Come on, man. Who cares? If you really truly need help, ask for help. It doesn't really matter what it is. If it's money, if it's this, ask for it. Ask for it nicely. Be you. What more? I can go in and talk to a lot of things right now, but just believe in yourself, believe in you. Anything is possible in this life. Believe in God. If you want to believe in God, whatever it is that you believe, believe, and keep on moving forward and keep on loving yourself, loving your family, and start a business if you want to start a business. If you don't, it's fine. But once again, thank you. And who is behind Panorama Brand Studio, Miguel Guzman and Jesus Ortiz. And we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. It's tough. We're going to a little bit of a tough time right now, but as tough time comes, good things are coming, and we believe that there's a lot of good news coming in through. Like I already heard about the media side of it, the education side of it, the event side of it, and sooner or later we're gonna outgrow this and start creating bigger things on what we're doing. And we're happy to know that it's gonna take time. Everything takes time. This is a long-term game, and remember, we are a legit business. Panorama Brand Studio is a legit business. So you come in on here, we can talk, we strategize, we can do Zoom. We don't waste time. If we're gonna take a meeting, if it's top 20 minutes, let's go in and out. When you come in here, same. We're gonna give you the little tour and this and that, but we want to sit down and we want to know why you're here. Where did you see us from? Did you see us on videos? Blah 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 blah. Let's get into the business part because everybody's time is it's time, man. We ain't getting it back. So that not to be an egotist or not that, none of that. That time you gotta protect your time. You gotta protect your time on the business, on the family side, on all of it. Just be prepared. Um, and just live freely, man. I don't know what no, I don't know what else to say because I already talked to what I wanted to say, and I can go on and on. But thank you very much that y'all are here on this live streaming. If you got to this point, uh, again, share it so other people can know who we are. And thank you very much, and blessings to every single one of you. And once again, on the link, follow us, subscribe to all of our social media platforms, and also to our new Facebook group. I know the link is not there, but and the next live streamings on the next thing, I'm gonna put that link also. But you can find me as Jesus Ortiz, Miguel as Miguel Guzman, and then the links are there for the business Panorama Brand Studio. All of them are there, and sign up, follow us, and please ask us any questions about business, and ask us any questions about us. So you want to meet us, or you want to know who we are, what we do, our story. Let's go. Thank you very much. God bless you, and yeah, keep on enjoying this beautiful, blissful day. Peace out.